What's Papa Chop Squad? It's your boy, Slate D Biggs, here for AnimeMCS on the 6th day of my 10-day daily series, covering the Winter 2020 anime that I am watching. Today I'm going to be covering the first episode of Toilet Bound Hanako Kun. Oh my god, where do I start with Toilet Bound Hanako Kun? So, first of all, not interested in the plot very much at all. The thing that's going to keep me coming back to this show is the absolutely gorgeous art. The watercolors, they're bright, they're vibrant. This is one of the most interesting and beautiful anime that I've seen this whole season. If you're into little chibi character moe love stories, this will be for you. Personally, not my thing. I watched the first opening for it before the episode aired, and it drew me in, honestly. And it has potential to get a lot better. The first episode was just, pretty middle of the road for me. So here we go. Hanako is a gender-bender twist on a old Japanese folklore. You go to the third stall of a bathroom and you knock on the door and you say, Hanako, 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 something like that. And the spirit appears, but instead of dragging you into hell, this benevolent boy version of Hanako Kun grants you one wish. And why the whole school hasn't knocked on this damn stall yet, I don't know. Apparently it takes a special person to actually be able to summon Hanako, and not just anyone can do it, so maybe that's the reason. So Nene Yashido goes to summon Hanako in hopes that he will be able to get her together with her crush. Her crush's name, I didn't take the time to write it down or remember it. Hell, she probably barely remembers his name. She doesn't know anything about him. She got rejected by a different crush, and then she moved on to him, and she's desperate for empty high school love. And there's moments in the episode where it kind of breaks down and she realizes she doesn't really even know anything about this guy, and why does she like him so much? Hanako tells her, you're just looking for someone to understand you and love you. It really could be anyone you could form this bond with, right? Pretty much saying, what about me? You want some of this ghost dick? I will give it a little credit. I think it's gonna be able to move past the empty crush shit. It's looking like there's gonna be some kind of love triangle later in the series. There is the potential for some action, and also, it's actually funny. So, there are 3 desperate attempts to get the attention of her crush before she finally breaks down. The first one, she leaves him a note and some vegetables she grew in a garden on his desk. And that doesn't work out. So next, she cooks some food that looks like something that Frankenstein probably would have made. And for the third, to look extra cute while being ditzy, she attempts to hold a piece of toast in her mouth and run around a corner like she didn't have any time to get to school or eat, so she's like rushing. And she's supposed to bump into him, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, oh my god. But she plows right into someone else and knocks their ass down the stairs and sends them to the hospital. This was one of those moments that got me laughing. So finally she's breaking down, and Hanako drops a bag on the ground. She asks him what is in this bag, and he starts to try and explain that they're mermaid scales. 2 people eat them and they get connected, but they're cursed. And before he can even finish his sentence, she throws it in her mouth and swallows it. As she is approaching her crush how was she planning to get him to eat the scale? Was she gonna say it's a delicious grilled cheese? Here, eat this fish scale. It's fucking huge. Hey, buddy, why don't you try and guzzle down this giant fish scale? I dare you to. I'll give you $5. I'll appreciate it. She stalls and takes time to think, why am I doing this? Do I even like this guy that much? And while she's taking this moment to reflect, the curse sets in. Turns out, the curse basically is that if you don't have someone to share the curse with, you're connected with, you turn into a straight up fish. And you basically become food or a slave or whatever to the mermaid. So Hanako has her in a fish tank, and they're trying to work this situation out. When the mermaid appears, Hanako pulls out a fucking kitchen knife from his little shirt. He gets some cuts in on the mermaid, and she's like, "Oh, I'm hurt. I'll be back. Ah, curse you." And the episode ends off with Hanako eating the other scale. So now, even though he's a ghost, Nene can make physical contact with him, and they are bonded together for life. In Nene's case, because I guess Hanako is a spirit. So far, the plot of Toilet Bound Hanako Kun isn't exactly my kind of style, but I see how many people could enjoy this a lot, especially with the gorgeous and beautiful art. For that alone, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 5 out of 10 for me. I think the series does have a lot of potential to keep getting better and better, but I guess we're going to see how that goes. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Peace out, and I'll see you tomorrow.